The second poet is a lifelong Brooklynite, Anthony Vigorito. He's a recently retired New York City schoolteacher. Mentored by Ken Siegelman, Brooklyn's third poet laureate, he currently hosts 2 monthly readings, poetry readings. Ken Siegelman's Brooklyn Poetry Outreach at the Park Slope Barnes and Nobles, as well as Tom Kane's, now it's just been moved, Tom Kane's reading has been moved to the Bookmark Shop in Bay Ridge, 3rd Avenue around 82nd or 83rd Street. The first one, Ken Siegelman's been going on for 13 years, the other one for 4 or 5 years. And I read it at Anthony's reading back in January 2013. When you're featured there, you feature at both venues. A fantastic reading. I recommend you all speak to him about it. Anthony has written 3 chapbooks, Ptr 48, South Brooklyn, Clefs and Palettes, and 17 West, and 1 collection of haiku, Seeing in 17, Art Haiku, his most recent work. And you could speak to him afterwards about these books that he has published. I'm very honored that Anthony is joining us this evening, and I really look forward to hear his poetry. Let's hear a warm welcome for Anthony Vigorito.
Thank you. Thanks, Bernard. Thank you, everyone, for coming. I think I'm good. I was listening to the Pope tell his story about being an immigrant. And I'm a second-generation Italian-American. My grandfather came over in steerage. And, as they fortify the Great Wall of America to repel alien invaders, let us not forget. Idiom. Immigrants are never lessened or diminished by their rough-hewed lingo and broken English. Like a poorly tailored suit, their crudely fashioned words barely fit. With fractured parlance, they struggle valiantly to be understood. Grandiose ethnic gestures help fill in the gaps, easily shrink with embarrassment or beam with accomplishment when they make their point. Understandably, their frustration bloats when a so-called native barks, "What'd you just get off the boat?" The language of immigrants is the language of hope. Accents, dialects, provincial tongues should remind us of our origins, from where we did come. For it wasn't too long ago our ancestors desperately tried to fit, coming from all over the world to America, first speaking in broken English. The next one the Pope before Pope John Paul the second. He was very important too. If I could find it. Of the salient things done during his papacy, the apology means most to me. Finally able to look into your eyes since Ronnie's mother Lillian told me of the most grim event in world history. In her alcove kitchenette, a small speckled blue skillet, tattoos, onion, lox, and eggs. Industrialized murder of religion and culture, the religion that mothered and fathered him. As Eichmann sat hunched in a bulletproof cube on national television, headphones to hear the translation, insisted he only followed orders, the horrible truth was revealed to me. We were never apprised during our time. We were in Catholic school, skulking Christian world in denial, silent night, holy night, all is calm. We were taught not to trust the tribe that bore, then killed our man-god, radical rabbi deified. How can you look at us with our faithless smile? Shame on the church and the like, 2,000 years maligned, until he took responsibility, admitted we did it, wailed at the wall, then said we are sorry. Okay. All right, is that better? I'm sorry. Okay. You know, just growing up in Brooklyn, you know, I have to say that my grandmother was very important to me, and she would take me to Evansfield. 50 serendipity. Baseball, boxing, and TV combined after the war like a Sugar Ray 1-2 flush on Jake LaMotta's jaw, making peoples of color lot in life somewhat better than before. Muscular agents of social change enabled us to see prodigious talent, grace, personality, undeniable images for those who would see, comparative achievement readily, made light America sit up, take notice, smell the coffee, and change forever for the better, hopefully. As Jackie danced down the third base line tauntingly to a more just home, evening the score, the truth was as plain as the nose on your face in a day game or a twilight doubleheader. Either you can or you can't. A simple fact, and color ain't got a damn thing to do with that. A match made in heaven, the best union to me. The marriage that is of Brooklyn, the truth, baseball, and Grandma Tessie's black and white pop-up doom on TV. Fairgrounds, in memory of Kitty. It was in that storybook neighborhood by the Unisphere where they saw her every day, transient barflies that never learned her name. 38 blood-curdling shrills, hers when ignored in that grim vestibule of New York. They didn't even drop a dime. No one wanted to get involved, confront the monster from the underside. So they waited behind slightly parted curtains and hoped someone else would be brave enough. Nobody was. Curled on the sash, cut short of her threshold, keys in hand, alone in a city of 8 million. If only she could have gotten her key in that door. Depraved indifference, criminal anonymity in a gray, cold city. As they lined up in droves to take a futuristic tram, the perfect world showcased on the other side of the monorail's tracks, back in the 60s at the New York World's Fair. I found similarities between Whitman, one of Whitman's poems, and one of Ginsberg's poems. Sweet stranger, passing stranger, you do not know how longingly I look upon you. Sweet Levinsky in the night. You must be he I was seeking, or she I was seeking. Sweet Levinsky in the light. I have somewhere surely lived a life of joy with you. Do you giggle out of spite, or are you laughing in delight? All is recalled as we flit by each other, fluid, affectionate, chaste, mature. You grew up with me, or a boy with me, or a girl with me. I ate with you and slept with you. Your body has become not yours only, nor left my body mine only. Sweet Levinsky, do you tremble when the cock crows, and dissemble as you amble to the gamble? Why so humble when you stumble, sweet Levinsky, sweet Levinsky? You give me the pleasure of your eyes, face, flesh. As we pass, you take my beard, breast, hands in return. I am not to speak to you. I am to think of you when I sit alone or wake at night alone. Sweet Levinsky, why so tearful? I do not doubt I am to meet you again. Sweet Levinsky, don't be fearful. Sweet Levinsky, here's your earful of the angels chirping cheerfully. I am to see to it that I do not lose you. Sweet Levinsky, sweet Levinsky. Yeah, one more. Oh, okay. A little closer. All right.
There you go.
Fuse, 6 fingers on the sidewalk. Sticks riled with rigor stinks. Gods pointing at each other, mad bombers on the streets. Holy desires, faithless smiles, deviant bent, twisted wires. Mad bombers on the streets. Impugn religion, righteous schism deep. Leaders with no vision, mad bombers on the street. Sold weapons the world over, WMDs guaranteed and cheap. GIs dying to find them in Bukaba, mad bombers on the street. Oil was $100 a barrel, hand in hand with the Saudi sheik. World fuel wars are a-coming, mad bombers on the streets. Old Boys Club elected the Nazi, Black Pope we'll never see. Mother Africa is dying, mad bombers on the streets. They'll sacrifice 50 million, citing a glitch on some radar screen. Government will take full responsibility, mad bombers on the streets. Cutthroat corporate terrorists leave ghost towns when they flee. American workers fucked again, mad bombers on the streets. But don't despair, the market's up. All indicators bull. Money ghouls optimistic as a blast levels your neighborhood. Bloody men, bloody hearts, not a one can think. They all drank from the dead man's skull. All mad bombers on the streets.
Whoa. Yeah.
I wanted to do, well, just about 4 minutes, I think I can do these two. Well, this is the phenomenon of the 50s and 60s. Preservation. In an effort to prevent their Italian provincial velveteen brocade sectionals from ever showing wear or growing old, a generation of teased bouffant crown smoking Dr. Spock nylon-clad, plastically analized post-war wives subjected us to an inhuman form of sitting torture known as the plastic seat cover. And a straight pin-fitted, custom-made, seam-perforated, silver disc side-vented creation. Couches, settees, sofas, chairs, and love seats would achieve immortality, it was thought. Friction-related fraying, cushion damage, and the piece's ultimate demise was greatly delayed as we, the helplessly subjected, suffered immeasurably. As one sat, an unflattering whoosh would be heard by all, as air trapped between one's ass, the cover, and the cushion was forced out under tremendous pressure. Large friends and relatives were forewarned to descend into a seated position slowly, ensuring that seam separation, a feared furniture phenomenon of the 50s and 60s, would not occur. After annoying that initial embarrassment, one would experience a steady, very annoying heat buildup, resulting in the derriere drench as rivulets of streaming sweat saturated backsides, backs of thighs, staining pant legs and skirts. If you were unfortunate enough to be wearing shorts and were seated for a protracted period, plastic cover pooling would occur at the site, requiring the hostess to perform the cleansing ritual known as paper towel site wiping. A most humiliating event. As we rose, we experienced the saran wrap peel. It was kind of like peeling apricot roll from its paper in a Jewish appetizer store, followed by a rapid temperature drop from waist to toe. Gravity then pulled residual surface sweat straight down, causing the dreaded sock sop, where both socks lose their elasticity, causing them to collapse limply about the ankle bones. The sheer joy experienced by being perched so regally atop those stylish, chic, and comfy creations can never be understated.
Crazy.
So when I was, listening to Pat Boone sing Love Letters in the Sand, I switched the channel and I heard Little Richard. Blue Testimony. The mojo done gone and cast a voodoo spell. Black Cat Bone and John the Conqueror on this little white boy and my old mama too. Now we shake with the fever and live these here blues. Once them big black brittle discs started spinning and all them black folks started singing, first time hearing driving white song rhythms that beat such heart, darker than blue soul, revealed a new beginning, bold truths unfold. Big old bass line laying down slow, harmonies chiming in high and low, horns a screaming, blow man blow, bending strings whining, electrical wail, weeping guitar moans a human tale, 88's tinkling with a heavy left hand, sax barking hard way up high, up in the clouds fly harmonic sky, bass drum a thumping, Hammond huffing, crisp rim shots running, tom-tom pumping, snare press roll hissing, old Leslie whipping. Mad, bad, fat, set like nothing this white boy done ever heard yet. Can't break this spell no matter what I do. Heard everything else, but they just don't ring true. Hard spells been cast, clear through and through. I'm compelled, I can't help it, I gots to tell the truth. I'm here to testify, my people. I just love them old-fashioned country blues. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Bravo, Anthony Vigorito. Let's hear a warm response from Anthony's hilarious and very, again, challenging conventional wisdom poetry.